I'll be candid, I found this one accidentally years ago just trying random stuff. I was like, alright, I'm gonna throw out conventional wisdom and just move in such a way that places the max tension on my quads alone. And for me, maybe it was limited mobility, but that meant letting my heel come up and my weight shift forward. It just turns out this has been a go-to method for a very long time. The deep knee bend is one of these movements that's been around for so long it now gets slept on. As I've said, I really believe 90% of the population would be best served by mastering the basics. And this exercise absolutely fits the bill. I need to get the message across. You do not need heavy weight to build a great physique and to perform. While this movement is meant to be elite cardio and stamina training, it has without a doubt grown my quads. I don't do heavy anything anymore, and while I'd like another 5 to 10 pounds of muscle in the coming years, for the average person that just wants to live life well, this will give you all the muscle you need. So let's talk about why this movement has been a staple for some of the greatest physical specimens in history, from George Hackenschmidt to Paul Anderson, Charles Atlas, and countless Indian wrestlers who would pump these out by the hundreds or thousands daily. As with everything, start slow, be controlled, listen to your body, and don't push through joint pain. A great way to build up your tendons and ligaments is to get about mid-range and just hold that position. There have been studies done showing isometric holds, when performed at 70% of maximum voluntary contraction, lead to noticeable increases in tendon stiffness, and longer duration iso holds appear to be more effective for tendon adaptation than shorter, more frequent contractions with the same training volume. So how are these different from regular body weight squats? Well, the deep knee bends are performed with the heels elevated. This shifts your knees further forward over your toes, concentrating tension directly on the quads and loading that connective tissue around your knees to a greater degree. You may also see people using slant boards, which I do from time to time when I want to target my quads, but not using a slant board allows for more freedom with ankle flexion and strengthening those tendons. Some people like to place their arms to their sides or straight in front of them for balance, which is great. I personally find my shoulders will fatigue, and so I just cross my arms and let them rest, so all of my exertion is directed through my legs. And don't worry, there's nothing inherently dangerous about this. Your knees are anatomically designed for flexion and extension. It's quite literally what they're built to do. But the key, as with everything, is progression and easing into it. Remember, connective tissue adapts to training stress just like our muscles do, so over time, this movement will actually strengthen your knees rather than hurt them. I usually start this off with one isometric hold, usually for about 60 seconds, to shuttle blood to my connective tissue in my joints and my quads to wake my body up. And if you do have knee or ankle limitations, just find the range you do have and work up to the edge of it. Go to the place right before the pain and hold right there. Over time, this should help stabilize that area and improve your situation. Same with reps. If you don't have a full range of motion in you, just work up to it. No matter what your range is, keep the tension the whole time. Do not lock out at the top. Now look, if you just want to build maximum strength or size, there will be more effective ways to do that, but most people don't want or need quads like the quad father, Tom Platz, and this exercise will undoubtedly build up your quads and challenge your cardio system. And if you hate boring cardio like biking or running, this can be a great alternative. When I'm really pushing it, this gets my heart rate up close to my max. So perhaps you want to play pickleball for hours and not get tired, or you want to walk 18 holes on a hilly course and not have your game suffer. Or maybe you like to hike or ride bikes, or you just want to be able to bend over and pick up your kids or grandkids for as long as possible. As I always say, if you don't use it, you lose it, and this should be a staple in everyone's regimen regardless of how you view fitness. I generally recommend building up to 2 to 3 sets of 50 to 100 reps with constant tension, again not locking out at the top, maybe a few times per week. If you can do something like that consistently, you'll certainly develop legs that are incredibly resilient to fatigue, you'll build up great work capacity, and you'll have that feeling knowing that your body is prepared for whatever life throws at you. But remember, there are many different ways to approach this. Maybe you just set a timer for 15 minutes and see how many good reps you can do in that window. Maybe you just do as many as you can for 5 sets with 60 seconds of rest in between. Just try different things and see what you prefer, and always really try to push yourself physically and mentally. And the best part, no matter how you do it, the time commitment is going to be minimal. We're talking just a few minutes per set. I just see way too many people focused on aesthetic outcomes or getting huge rather than training for functionality, longevity, and resilience. This exercise is perfect for building that deeper foundation of strength endurance that transfers to real-world activities. So in short, the deep knee bend is an accessible, time-efficient conditioning exercise with an extraordinary track record for building bulletproof legs that can handle everything life has to offer. So start where you're at, progress gradually, and watch your lower body transform. The deep knee bend is just one more great tool to have in your arsenal to help build a sustainable fitness lifestyle for the long haul.